The result, 1-0 for Aston Villa.
What did you feel your performance deserved today?
My performance deserves much more than that.
What did you feel your team's performance deserved, though, over the 90 minutes?
A good performance, a good solid performance against a good team. Defensively, we were really strong. We had no problems to cope with the danger that Aston Villa has. And after that, I prefer not to comment because I don't want to bring the game into disrepute. I don't want to be accused. I prefer to do what we have to do in football. In football, we have just to let it go and not to comment, because if you comment, you are in trouble, and I don't want to be.
But in terms of how this game panned out in the end, just how big an impact did those two sendings off have?
I prefer not to comment because it's not. If you want to speak about big decisions, you don't speak just about the red cards. I prefer really not to speak. If I speak, I am in big trouble. In big trouble, and I don't want to be in big trouble.
Well, there were many incidents in the game as well as the red cards. I mean, in the first half, did you feel that Villa were fortunate to remain with 11 men?
I prefer not to speak. If I speak, I am accused of bringing the game into disrepute, because the referees, they do what they do and they go home, they do and they don't go to the press, they do and they refuse even to change a couple of words when one person like me that is in football for so long asks politely, can you speak with me 5 seconds? No, I don't speak with you 5 seconds. So I have to keep with my position, which compared to a referee position in the game, my position is nothing. And I have to go home and close my mouth.
You clearly attempted to speak to the officials at the end of the game in the tunnel. Was that the substance of the conversation you had with them?
I asked, can you give me just 5 seconds, Mr. Foy? No, that's fine. Okay, I have to accept.
Well, let's turn to this result. I mean, in the end, you are in a title race. How big a setback do you feel this is at this stage?
I prefer not to speak, really. I prefer not to speak. I prefer to say nothing.
Okay. Last question. Do you have any comment to make on the fact that you yourself were sent to the stand at the end of the game?
Again, I asked 5 seconds just to make one simple question, and I had no chance because I was to the stands. I tried to ask one question to Mr. Foy, one question to Mr. Moss, and the question was just one. Is it possible that Agbonahor can leave the bench and goes and grabs my player from behind and from his neck? Is it possible? No yellow card, no red card, nothing? I didn't have the chance to ask the question, and I was sending to the stands.
You have 2 more big games this week. How quickly will you put the events of tonight behind you?
You know, we have to put no other solution. It's difficult to close the mouth. It's very difficult, but I have to do it because I don't want to bring the game into disrepute. I don't want to be in disciplinary problems. I don't want my club to have any more problem. The referee has a good life because now he goes home and he's free of everything. And next Sunday he's in another match. And life goes on. For us, it's like this. I have to go.
Thank you for talking to us.